Good morning students. Today we'll do factor theorem. This is actually extension of remainder theorem only. Recall the remainder theorem. In remainder theorem it was given when a polynomial of degree greater than or equal to 1 and let a be any real number when the polynomial px is divided by a linear polynomial x minus a, then the remainder in that case is p of a. Now this factor theorem is the extension of the remainder theorem only, but was the remainder theorem PA is the remainder. When px is divided by a linear polynomial x minus a, in that case remainder is p of a. Now we'll use one condition: when x minus a is a factor of the polynomial, then remainder in that case will be 0. And when remainder is equal to 0, then x minus a will be the factor of the polynomial. Okay, if px is a polynomial of degree n which is greater than or equal to 1, a be any real number, first condition is if x minus a is a factor of the polynomial, then remainder in that case is equal to 0. And second condition is if remainder is equal to 0, we can say x minus a is the factor of the polynomial. I'll give one example here. I can see 25 and 5 is 25. Remainder is coming here 0. When the remainder is coming as 0, I can say 5 is the factor of 25. Okay. Similarly, here remainder is coming as 0. If PA is 0, so x minus a is a factor of the polynomial. Okay. This is our factor theorem. When x minus a is the factor of the polynomial, then remainder p at a, because a is any real number we are taking, so polynomial at a, remainder in that case will be equal to 0. Now the second condition is if remainder is equal to 0, then we can say x minus a is the factor of the polynomial. Okay, this is actually extension of the remainder theorem. Till finding the remainder process is same. We'll find the remainder, then we'll equate whether the remainder is coming equal to 0 or not. If remainder is coming 0, we can say yes, it's a factor, otherwise not. Now we'll do example 11. In example 11, we have to examine whether x plus 2, this is a factor of these two polynomials or not. We have to check whether x plus 2, this is a factor of these two polynomials. I'll take here, let the first polynomial as p1x, which is equal to x cube, 3x square, 5x and plus 6. Let the second polynomial I am taking here as p2x, because this is a polynomial in x, so here I written as x. p2x is 2x plus 4. I have to check whether x plus 2 is a factor of these two polynomial or not. Now see the condition: if this is a factor, then remainder should be equal to 0. I'll find the remainder. If the remainder is coming 0, I can say it's a factor. Okay. Now here I'll check. We have to show whether this is a factor. If I have to show x plus 2 is a factor, recall the remainder theorem. First step is we have to take x plus 2 is equal to 0. We'll find the value of x. We'll substitute the value over here. Whatever value is coming here, we have to check whether it is equal to 0 or not. If it is equal to 0, I can say remainder is coming 0. Then it means it's a factor. Okay. I'll write here, let this polynomial as gx. Gx is equal to x plus 2. We'll take, I am applying first remainder theorem. Till the finding the remainder, I'll use remainder theorem. Then I'll equate whether it is equal to 0 or not. Actually, this is the extension of the remainder theorem. Okay. We'll take x plus 2 is equal to 0. So x is equal to minus 2. I'll substitute the value over here. p1 at minus 2. I'll find the value, minus 2 cube, 3 into minus 2 square, 5 into minus 2 plus 6, which is equal to minus 8. 4 into 3, 12, minus 10 plus 6, which is equal to minus 18 and plus 18, which is equal to 0. So remainder in this case is coming as 0. P1 at minus 2 is coming as 0. If remainder is coming 0, remainder is 0, so x minus a is a factor. So here I can say x plus 2 is a factor, okay, because we have taken this value is equal to 0, we found the value of x, substituted the value of x, remainder is coming as 0. Now we'll check for the second polynomial also. Second polynomial is p2x. We'll find the value of this polynomial p2 at x is equal to minus 2 only. 2 into minus 2 plus 4, which is equal to minus 4 plus 4, which is equal to 0. So p2 at minus 2 is coming 0 and p1 at minus 2 is also coming equal to 0. So I can say yes, this is a factor of both the polynomials. Okay, yes, x plus 2, this is a factor of both the polynomials. One more thing I want to tell you, factors, if this is a factor, x, suppose from here I am telling x minus a is a factor, so I can say a is the root, okay, of the polynomial, or I can say a is the 0 of the polynomial. Root and 0 both are the same thing. If a is a if a is the root or a is the 0, then we can say x minus a is a factor, okay. Similarly here x plus 2, we have to check whether this is a factor. So we have to find out the value of x. X is coming as minus 2. So value of the polynomial at minus 2, value of both the polynomial at minus 2 is coming equal to 0. So we can say yes, this is x plus 2 is a factor of both the polynomials. Okay. Now we'll do next one. First question we are doing of exercise, determine which of the following polynomial has x plus 1 a factor. Here also we have to find whether x plus 1 is a factor of this polynomial or not, okay. This we have to find as a factor. So we'll write down, let this as gx and this as px. I am writing polynomial at x, x cube, x square, x plus 1. The second one I am writing as gx, x plus 1. If I'll apply remainder theorem, so recall the steps. What are the steps? Take this linear polynomial is equal to 0. We'll take here x plus 1 is equal to 0. We'll find the value of x. X is coming minus 1. We'll substitute this value in this polynomial. P of minus 1 will be minus 1 cube minus 1 square minus 1 plus 1, which is equal to minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 and plus 1. Cancel and cancel, which is equal to 0. So the remainder is coming 0. When the remainder is coming 0, I can say this is a factor, okay, because p of minus 1 is equal to 0. Because remainder is coming 0, therefore I can say x plus 1 is a factor. Whenever our remainder is coming 0, I can say here this is a factor. If remainder is not coming equal to 0, so it's not a factor. Now we'll do one more example, one more part. First part here we have done. Now we'll do fourth part, okay. I'm writing here fourth part, x cube, x square minus 2 plus root 2 into x plus root 2. Here also we have to examine whether x plus 1 is a factor of this polynomial or not. By the same process, we'll apply first remainder theorem. We'll find out the remainder and then we'll find whether the remainder is coming equal to 0 or not. If remainder is coming 0, we can say it's a factor, otherwise not. Okay, we'll write here this polynomial in x. So polynomial in x, x cube minus x square, 2 plus root 2 x plus root 2. We'll take this polynomial as gx, x plus 1. We'll find the value of x by substituting this is equal to 0, x is coming as minus 1. This value will substitute in this polynomial, minus 1 cube minus 1 square, 2 plus root 2 minus 1 plus root 2. Will simplify and will find the value minus 1. This will be minus 1, negative negative positive, 2 plus root 2, and this is also root 2. Minus 2 plus 2 plus root 2, and root 2 is 2 root 2. These two will be cancelled, 2 root 2. So remainder in this case is not equal to 0. P of minus 1 is coming as 2 root 2, and 2 root 2 is not equal to 0. When the remainder is not equal to 0, so we can say it's not a factor. Here remainder is not equals to 0, so we can say x plus 1 is not a factor. You have to add this answer statement at the last. Okay, when the remainder is not equal to 0, we can say it's not a factor. Clear? 2 parts I had done, rest 2 is your homework. First part and fourth part I had done, second and third is your homework. Process is same, 2 polynomials will be given. Okay, this first one and this second one, we have to check whether x plus 1 is a factor of this polynomial or not. We'll take this linear polynomial is equal to 0. We'll find the value of x, substitute the value of x in the given polynomial. Then we'll find remainder is coming equal to 0 or not. If remainder is coming equal to 0, we can say it's a factor, otherwise it's not a factor. In next case, in fourth part, it's not equal to 0, therefore it's not a factor. Okay, now we'll do next one. In question number 2, use the factor theorem to determine whether gx is a factor of px in each of the following case. Question is same, first and second both are same. Here also they are saying use factor theorem to determine whether gx this is a factor of px or not. Okay, we'll do by the same method. We'll take this linear polynomial is equal to, take gx is equal to 0, therefore x plus 1 is equal to 0, x is equal to minus 1. We'll substitute the value of x, which is equal to minus 1, in this polynomial. P of minus 1 is 2 minus 1 cube minus 1 square minus 1 and minus 1. 2 into minus 1 cube is minus 2 plus 1 plus 2 and minus 1. Plus and minus cancel, so it is equal to 0. Remainder is coming as 0. If remainder is coming as 0, so I can say this gx is a factor of the given polynomial px. If remainder is not equal to 0, then we can say it's not a factor. Here it is equal to 0. Therefore, because here p of minus 1 is equal to 0, therefore gx means x plus 1, this is a factor of this polynomial px. Instead of writing x plus 1, therefore x plus 1 is a factor of 2x cube plus x square minus 2x minus 1. Simply I have written the name of both the polynomials. Therefore I can write down this gx is a factor of px. Okay, one more part I'll explain to you. In second question there are 3 parts. Second part will be your homework. Okay, first part here I explained. Now I'm explaining third part also. Here also you have to check whether the given polynomial px is a factor of gx or not. Here the polynomial is given as x cube minus 4x square plus x plus 6, and the second polynomial is given as gx, which is equal to x minus 3. Till finding the remainder, process is same. Recall the remainder theorem and do the application part. Here the remainder theorem is saying whatever is the linear polynomial will take linear polynomial is equal to 0. Therefore x minus 3 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 3. We will substitute this value over here. P of 3 is equal to 3 cube minus 4 into 3 square plus 3 plus 6. 27 minus 3 3s are 9. 9 4s is 36 plus 3 plus 6. 3 plus 6 9 and 27. 36 minus 36. Value is coming as 0. P of 3 is equal to 0. It's coming. Therefore remainder is coming 0. If remainder is coming 0, so we can say, because here remainder is equal to 0, therefore we can say gx is a factor of px. Okay, this last line you have to add. This is necessary. You have to add whether this is a factor or not. Okay, second part is your homework. First and third I explained to you. Second is your homework. Now next one is also same. Find the value of k if x minus 1, this is a factor of px in the following case. They are saying x minus 1 is a factor. Now already it is given x minus 1 is a factor. When x minus 1 is a factor, therefore remainder will be 0 in this case. We will take remainder is equal to 0 and then we'll find the value of k. Okay. Now we'll do this. Question is important. You might get this type of question in your UT. Okay. Do these type of questions. Here it is given x minus 1 is a factor. Because x minus 1 is a factor, therefore remainder is equal to 0. Recall the remainder theorem. Recall the factor theorem. In factor theorem they were saying if x minus a is a factor of the polynomial, if x minus a is a factor, then PA is equal to 0, and if PA is equal to 0, if x minus 1 is a factor, then PA is 0. If x minus a is a factor, if PA is equal to 0. Okay, now we'll find the value of k if x minus 1 is a factor. If x minus 1 is a factor, therefore remainder will be 0 in this case. We will find the remainder. We'll take x minus 1 is equal to 0, x is equal to 1. So remainder in that case is coming as remainder is equal to polynomial at 1, because x is coming as 1. Remainder is p of 1. We'll find the value. Here we'll write 1 square plus 1 plus k. 1 plus 1 plus k, which is equal to 2 plus k. And the given condition was, here it was given x minus 1 is a factor of px. Because it's a factor, therefore remainder is 0. Here remainder is coming as, p1 is coming as 2 plus 1. Here remainder is 2 plus k. Okay. Remainder will take is equal to 0. Because x minus 1 is a factor, therefore remainder is 0. Therefore we will write 2 plus k is equal to 0. So k is equal to minus 2. Okay. This question is very easy and important also. We have to find the value of the unknown, and condition is given x minus 1 is a factor of this polynomial, and the given polynomial is x square plus x plus k. If x minus 1 is a factor, so we can find out the value of x. Remainder will be 0 in this case. So remainder will be whatever value of x is coming, substitute the value. P of 1 is equal to 1 square plus 1 plus k. So k is coming as minus 2. Okay. one more part I'll explain. Third question. Now next second part I'm explaining. Px is given as 2x square plus kx plus root 2. Okay, find the value of k. Again we have to find out the value of this unknown k when x minus 1 is a factor of px. Okay, given is same condition is given, x minus 1 is a factor. Because x minus 1 is a factor, therefore remainder will be 0 in that case. So we have to find out the remainder. Remainder is equal to 0. And how we can find the remainder? We will take this linear polynomial is equal to 0. We will find the value of x. X is equal to 1. Substitute over here. P1 is equal to 1 square k into 1 plus root 2. 2 plus k plus root 2. Okay. But we have to take remainder is equal to 0 because this is a factor. Remainder is coming as 2 plus k plus root 2. Okay, all the three are unlike terms. We can't add unlike terms. All the three are unlikes. So we'll write here remainder is equal to 0. Therefore P1 is equal to 0. 2 plus k plus root 2 is equal to 0. We have to find the value of k. So k is equal to minus 2 minus root 2. We'll take here negative sign as common out. 2 plus root 2. Okay. Two parts I explained and rest two will be your homework. I hope I am clear. Question is very easy. I am telling the process again. Whatever value is given here, x minus 1 is the factor given. We'll take this value is equal to 0. X is coming is equal to 1. We'll substitute the value of x in the given polynomial. We'll find the remainder. Because it's given x minus 1 is a factor, therefore remainder will be 0 in that case. Okay. So whatever value of remainder is coming, we have to take remainder is equal to 0. Here we have to take remainder is equal to 0. Because remainder is equal to 0, therefore P1 is equal to 0. Therefore we'll take here I have written already 2 plus k is equal to 0, k is equal to minus 2, and by the same process remainder is equal to 0, so k is equal to minus 2 plus root 2. Okay, first and second I have done. Third and fourth is your homework. Do it in your homework notebook. Now fourth question I am explaining. Fourth question is also not new for you. Already you have done in 8th standard how to factorize by the help of splitting the middle term. 12x square minus 7x plus 1. Here the constant term is 1 and the coefficient of x square is 12. So when we have to split this middle term 7x in such a way such that when we'll multiply it should be 12. Okay, 12 into x square, and when we'll add it should be 7. We have to split in such a way such that addition should be minus 7 and multiplication should be plus 12. So we can split like this way, minus 3x minus 4x plus 1. When I'll add minus 3 and minus 4, it is minus 7. When I'll do the multiplication of these two, it is equal to 12. Negative negative is positive, and I am telling how we can find out the factors with the help of prime factorization. 6 and 3. Now 2 2s is 4, 4 and 3 are the factors. Okay, but we have to check here the sign is negative, so both should be negative. When we'll add negative negative will be positive, sign will be of negative only. When we'll multiply minus 3 and minus 4, it's coming as 12. Now from first two terms I can take 3x as common out. When I taken here 3x as common out, so 4x minus 1 is this term will be left out. Minus 1 I am taking as common out from last two terms, so the left term is 4x minus 1. Now the common factor is 4x minus 1 into 3x minus 1. this we factorize with the help of by splitting the middle term. Already this concept you have done in your earlier classes in your 8th standard, so this is not a new concept for you. One more part I am explaining and then rest you can do. Second one I am explaining. Second part, 2x square plus 7x plus 3. When we'll multiply 2 3s are 6 is required, and when we'll add 7x is required. So we can add like this way, 6x plus x. 6x plus x is 7x. When we'll multiply 6x into x is 6x square. Okay, 3 2s is 6. Here I have taken factor as 6x and x. When I'll add these two, 7x is coming. When I'll multiply these two, 6x square is coming. See here, 6x square is required, 7x is required. Okay. Now we'll take common terms. 2x we can take as common out from these two terms. 2x here I have written. So the left term is x plus 3 plus 1 I can take as common out, and x plus 3 from the last two terms. Now the common factor is x plus 3 and 2x plus 1. Okay. First and second I explained, and last two will be your homework. Now next one we will do by factor theorem. This was based on by splitting on the middle term, and this will do by factor theorem. See here, the constant term is 2 and coefficient of x cube is 1. When I multiply this 2 into 1, it is coming as 2. So the possible factors of, we have to mention all the possible factors of 2 are plus minus 1 and plus minus 2. By hit and trial method we'll find out the first factor. Okay, we'll take here plus 1. This is the polynomial in x, so I am giving the name of the polynomial as px because this is the polynomial in x. So px is equal to x cube minus 2x square minus x plus 2. Here I'll check whether this 1 is a factor or not. So I'll substitute x, at x I'll substitute here 1. P1 is equal to 1 cube minus 2 into 1 square minus 1 plus 2, which is equal to minus 1 plus 2. Cancel and again cancel. If P1 is coming as 0, if remainder is coming as 0, I can write down x minus this value is a factor. Okay, factor of the given polynomial. If this is a factor, with the help of long division I'll do the division and then I'll find out rest of the two factors also. This is the first factor of this cubic polynomial. Okay, if this is a factor, now I'm showing the division x minus 1. Here I'm showing the long division to you. X cube minus 2x square minus x plus 2. Okay, see here x cube and here it is x. If I'll multiply by x square into x is x cube, x square into minus 1 is minus x square. Will change the sign, cancel, positive and negative, plus minus 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 x square minus x plus 2. These two terms I'll write as it is. Now see here, minus x square is required and here it is x with positive sign, so I'll multiply it by minus x. It will be minus x square, negative negative positive plus x. Again change the sign, cancel, negative negative positive, minus 2x plus 2. Here it is minus 2x, here it is x, so I'll multiply it by minus 2. Here will multiply by minus 2, minus 2x, negative and negative is positive, we will change the sign 0. So we can write down this polynomial by hit and trial method. This is called as hit and trial method. Here I have substituted 1. When I substituted 1, it is coming as 0. Suppose when I have substituted as -1 and it is not coming as 0, then we'll move to the next factor. Okay, by chance it was coming as 0. If the value is coming as 0, then we can write down x minus that particular value is a factor of the given polynomial. If we got the first factor, we'll do the long division, then we'll get a quadratic polynomial. Because it was a cubic polynomial, when I'll do the division, I'll get a quadratic polynomial. Now we have to factorize this polynomial. This is our dividend. So dividend I can write down as divisor into quotient plus remainder. Okay, apply here division algorithm. Therefore this px can be written as x minus 1 into x square minus x minus 2 plus 0. Here it is coming as 0, so there is no need to write down plus 0. Applied, write down division algorithm, which is equal to dividend, which is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Okay, now here x minus 1 will write as it is. This dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. This is already x minus 1. This is a quadratic polynomial. By splitting the middle term, we'll find out the two factors of this polynomial. Now we have to split this middle term minus x, such that when we'll add, factor should be here. When we'll multiply, it should be minus 2x square, and when we'll add, minus x is required. So we can write down x square minus 2x plus x minus 2. This x minus 1 will write down as it is. From here we can take x as common out. If x I had taken as common out, x minus 2 will be left, and from here, from last two term, I can take here 1 as common out, x minus 2. Common factor is x minus 2 and x plus 1. First factor was x minus 1. So this cubic polynomial x cube minus 2x square minus x plus 2 is equal to x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x plus 1. Again I am telling the process. Constant term multiplied by the coefficient of x cube or whatever is the highest value. Okay, third part. Here the constant term is 20, coefficient of x cube is 1, so we'll multiply 20 by 1. We'll get here 20 into 1 is 20. We'll write down all the possible factors of 20 is plus minus 1, plus minus 2, plus minus 4, plus minus 5 and plus minus 10. These are the possible factors of 20. We'll see here by hit and trial method. If we'll substitute 1, this is polynomial in x. Here I am writing p of x because this is the polynomial in x. So x cube 13x square plus 32x plus 20. If I suppose I'll substitute here 1. So 1, by substituting 1, remainder will not be equal to 0. I'm showing here, let's say p1, 1 cube 13 into 1 square 32 into 1 plus 20. 1 plus 13 plus 32 plus 20. 32 and 1, 33. 33 and 13 is 46. 46 and 20 is 66, which is not equal to 0. So first value is not coming as 0, therefore x minus 1 is not a factor. If the first value is not coming as 0, we'll move to the next value. Okay, so we'll take here minus 1. We'll take p of minus 1, or you can do the calculation work in your mind also. Here I have shown, but you can do this calculation also in your mind. Okay, here I am taking second factor as minus 1. Here I'll show the working. Minus 1 cube, 13 into minus 1 square, 32 into minus 1 plus 20, which is equal to minus 1 plus 13 minus 32 plus 20, which is equal to minus 33 and plus 33. So p of minus 1 is equal to 0. Remainder is coming as 0. Therefore, x minus this value will be the factor. So, x minus this value is minus 1. Therefore, we can write down x plus 1 is a factor of this polynomial px. Now, the process is, if first factor, here we found the first factor, so we have to divide this polynomial by the first factor and we'll get a quadratic polynomial. Okay, here I'll show the working. We'll show the division. Given polynomial is x cube, 13x square, 32x plus 20. We'll divide by x plus 1. Here it is x cube. If I'll multiply it by x square, I'll get x cube. X square plus 1 is x square. We'll change the sign. 13 minus 1 is 12x square plus 32x plus 20. These value will write as it is. Now 12x square is required. Here it is x. I'll multiply it by 12x. 12x into x is 12x square. 12x into 1 is 12x, cancel. This is also cancel. 32 minus 12 is 20x plus 20. 20x is required. Here it is x. Will multiply by plus 20. Okay, make a line. So 20x plus 20, will change the sign, 0. Therefore, this polynomial px, this dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. We'll write down here division algorithm. Division algorithm is dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Okay, so our dividend is this one. This value here I have written as px. Instead of writing the whole polynomial, this complete polynomial, I'll write here px. Therefore, px is equal to divisor is x plus 1 and quotient is x square plus 12x plus 20 and remainder is coming as 0. Last line is clear, I think. This dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Now we have to find out the factors. This is a quadratic polynomial. With the help of splitting the middle term, I can find out the two factors. Okay, so we can write down this as px is equal to x plus 1 into x square 12x plus 20. We'll find the factors. We'll split this middle term. Here we'll find the factors of this quadratic polynomial in such a way such that when we'll multiply, 20x square is required. When we'll add, it should be 12. Here I am showing the prime factorization, 10s and 5s. 5 2s is 10 and 10 and 2 is 12. We have to do the rearrangement only. This term will write as it is. X square. Factors are 5 2s is 10. 10x plus 2x plus 20. 10 plus 2 is 12. 10 into 2 is 20. X into x is x square. Now we'll take x is common out from these two terms. 2 is common out from last two terms. X I am taking as common out. So the left term is x plus 10. Here 2 I have taken as common out, x plus 10. Now the common factor is x plus 10 into x plus 2, and this first value will write as it is. So factorization of this cubic polynomial, this was our cubic polynomial p cube plus 13x square plus 32x plus 20. Three factors of this cubic polynomial is x plus 1, x plus 10 and x plus 2. Two parts I have explained to you. Okay, first and third part I explained to you, and second and fourth will be your homework. I hope I am clear. I hope factor theorem is clear. Factor theorem is not a new concept. This is the extension of the remainder theorem only. Till finding the remainder, process is same. Whatever remainder is coming, if remainder is coming 0, we can say yes, it's a factor. Otherwise, it's not a factor. Okay.
Whenever your heart is broken, don't ever forget you're golden. I will find a light in your soul.